What is up, people? Your infamous Scorn here, and I was thinking about starting another GoFundMe. I believe that the Comet Project should be on the go. This comic is basically it's supposed to basically get awareness of real world problems out there. Also, it's to help little kids basically fight their fears and overcome nightmares. Um, from what I've seen and heard, I've kind of been touching base on that, giving them a little bit of confidence. As you know or you see my videos, I'm always willing to speak up about issues, even though I might give off a wrong vibe about things. But the gist of it is that I do want to help, even though I'm a bit of a mouthpiece. But that's just the persona, and the character in the comic will also be like that. You'll see how it fits in. But basically, I need your help to get this on the go because of my real life, family, work, being out there in patrol, working on gear. Everything's been investing by myself. I don't have a team to work with. Besides that, I hire some other people. I got Dylan Andrews from Batlantic Studios being my artist. I'm still gonna have to figure out a colorist and basically a letterer. The story, I'm working with Drake Talon. And it's basically going to involve myself going around the world almost, tackling real world issues, facing a little bit of nightmares, fears, phobias to show that you don't have to fear anything, even though people like to think that this fear is out there. But we need to be brave, we need to be courageous, and we need to fight, speak up, and tackle these issues, not be silent and sit down. I figure back in the day, poets and stuff did this throughout their poems or little, stories. And since it's the new age, I want to do that with comics. If possible, and this comic gets going and we start getting a little bit of revenue from the comic, I do want to invest and help other RLSH out there to make sure that they have the equipment, the gear, and the resources so that they can be efficient at doing what they do, and that is worldwide. Also to help myself doing the same thing here in Canada, and if there's any other heroes within Canada, they will also be helped with. But that's basically the long run or the bigger scope of it. What that will entail for the help of the RLSH community, it will be basically to help with gear, patrol supplies, supplies to help the homeless, if they do outreach for the homeless, crime prevention, environmental help, disasters, same with maybe even lost pets, or regardless of what it is. If ever I got the funds and this comic blew up and the community blew up, I want to go as far as having an actual headquarters for basically heroes, people that want to be heroes, or even if you don't want to mask up but you want to do a little bit extra, the facility will have, housing, a place to sleep, which we could also double to help people that might need this on the streets. Shelter, food, also training facility, monitoring facility within this headquarters. So it just makes it easier for us to do what we do, since every RLSH out there basically pays this out of their pocket. And like me, they're just regular people with the mask off, working a daytime job. And if you may realize, the world isn't doing so well, and some of us are basically just getting by. So it would be great help for the RLSH community, and the comic is just another way that once it gets going, hopefully it can fund this community and keep everything going efficiently. Like I said, the comic will have basically a pro artist, pro colorer, pro letterer, the story be worked on. I'll also be working with other RLSH to get their input for their character, their story, since we don't really have real powers in real life, it'll be elaborated more and their character would build on more, so that makes it just more comic bookish. Also, with the comic project, there's also Funkos that I will be making, possibly action figures and clothing. And that also, if there is any revenue coming from it, that will also go to the RLSH community so that they can do what they need to do and basically get the supplies out there to help the homeless and other means or people that may need it. The whole world is basically struggling. If you're aware, the US, North America in general, South America, even overseas, there's a lot of poverty. And I don't believe that things like UNICEF and, just basically other things, maybe even Red Cross, they do help. But I figure that we need to be more hands-on. And some of you may not want to suit up. You may not want to be hands-on. So that would allow the ones that do want to be hands-on to be out there to make sure that these people are getting the help they need without corruption or being afraid of different or versatile things out there. Most of us don't care. We're not vigilantes, but we still don't care. We believe that what we do is good, and we will go out there. And some of us that can travel or fly, drive, we will physically go to these places to make sure that they're dealt with. And that goes with not just people, but environmental, just maintenance, environmental disasters, and to basically get other voices and, point of views out there, which hopefully all this does help. And I'm hoping that eventually it'll be self-sustainable and keep funding not only the RLSH that are around today, but future heroes to come. The RLSH community seems to be dying. I don't know if it's from fear or control of the governments. I know that even here, if you're wondering why I haven't been out as much or on social media as much, is because there's a lot more control. I got stopped the other day by cops with AR-15s, all right? And basically saying that there's been a guy out there dressed like this and having a machete and he hurt people or whatever, or violence and this and theft. But come on, do I look like this is what I would be doing? All right, we're on your side. We're trying to give you the extra help. And maybe the government doesn't want us helping, but this will allow us to do that. If there's anything that I haven't touched base upon, let me know. Comment, all right? The community is widespread, and we're willing to do what we can with what we can. This will just help us gain the resources to do more, to do it efficiently, and maybe get proper protective gear, because what we do can be dangerous, even if it's just the homeless or crime watch. Some RLSH have got shot, stabbed, beaten up. I don't want to see that happen, and I want them to have the proper gear, proper training, and know how to do these things. Even if some of this might just be as simple as giving first aid training to everyone. There's a little bit can go a long ways. Plus, you guys get an awesome comic book and collectibles and memorabilia to go along with this. So hopefully I get your support. I know that sometimes I give off the wrong vibe. Like I said, I don't mean to scare or be a hateful person. It's just I get a little bit angry and I might go off the ledge a little bit. But in all reality, the RLSH community does not see color. We do not see religion. We don't see any of these little backgrounds, male, female, whatever it may be. We support and want to help the world, all right? And if you don't believe it, the world is in chaos. And it could be a lot better. And if everyone did their part, we wouldn't really need people like me dressing up, trying to do the little bit extra. And no, the RLSH don't have to dress up. but it just makes us stand out. It makes it more interesting, and the kids love it. Most of my support is from kids. I walk down the streets, I hear people yelling out the windows. Some people get out of their vehicles, they shake my hand, take some pictures. It shows them who we are and what we do. Now, I know there might be villains or maybe some other things that have been happening with people in costumes. Maybe some people think we're just out there to be vigilantes. That's not our purpose, all right? Some RLSH might be vigilantes. Some of them might do some things differently. But, maybe we could go legit if this works out and make a security firm or something, or, an actual legit things happen, which would make everything easier. Now, I'm not saying that, some of the RLSH don't have the means to do it, but a lot don't, and I want to see things more efficiently done. And hopefully that if we get the comic and everything else going, we can build up on that. We can have side projects going for the other heroes. And once, hopefully, it's sustainable, like I said, we can maybe get facilities done, an actual legit company. Some RLSH have tried. Dark Guardian tried a martial arts school, not just for heroes, but for everyone. There's Project Hope, which is super successful in the US, but that's not worldwide. And like I said, they're just doing little things here and there where if this project gets going, they won't need that. Everything will be self-sustainable and help will just keep coming. So thank you for your time, and I hope I get your support and this gets going. I started a fundraiser on Facebook. I will start a Kickstarter campaign, a GoFundMe, and I will continue to do my thing on YouTube, and I'll do my part even though I've been having a hard time with it because of, law enforcement or basic people's views. But most of us won't stop regardless of it, especially someone like me who doesn't base his life on fear, corruption, all right? It's about honor, love, and to hope they extinguish the chaos, regardless of how it may be done. But we don't want to start wars. We don't want to be these fear mongers or soldiers. We're heroes. We're here to help. Almost in any way possible and in any way we can. So, thank you. Your infamous Scorn out of here. And I hope everything goes well. Stay safe, stay sexy, my peoples.